of Canaan. The Canaan Valley in the Allegheny Mountains of West Virginia is the backdrop for an event that is to mountain bikers what Boston is to marathoners, where competition and camaraderie share equal billing with determination. It's a beautiful day for the Newsweek 24 Hours of Canaan. Hello, everyone. I'm Marty LaCourie. Behind me, the leadoff riders for the just under 400 4- and 5-person teams that will be doing this race. Most of the competitors are quiet, perhaps contemplating the awesome physical and mental challenge ahead. But the crowd is starting to get rowdy. They can't wait for this race to get started, and neither can we. The race starts on a ski slope in front of Timberline Lodge. The Le Mans-style start, traditional to 24-hour races, also serves to space out the field before they get on their bikes and hit the first narrow single track. The rules of the race are simple. The 4-person team that rides the most laps around this 12-mile loop with 1,800 feet of elevation change in the next 24 hours wins. If you begin a lap before 12 noon the next day, you may complete that lap. So strategy plays an interesting part in the final hours of the race. At the start, you might put your best runner up first to get good position on the field. Or you most likely would put your best rider because they will probably do more laps than anyone else on the team. The Newsweek 24 Hours is spectator-friendly. You can see a lot of the action from the ski lodge deck or just walk the course. Or you can take ski lifts to the top of the mountain to see the riders as they crest the summit after what seems like a never-ending climb. As the lead men head up the mountain, let's take a look at some of the teams that'll be vying for the top positions. This year, there's no heavy favorite in the men's race. The team who won the last 3 years was broken up. Team Defenders has only Roger Bird returning.
Well, you know, we had a good relationship and we had a good string of wins, but I'm really excited with these guys. They're very, very strong. We're good friends, and we're going to become better friends by the end of the weekend, so we're really excited to come out and win the race.
Well, Team Fat Chance with veterans John Funk and Dave Lambs now deserves consideration, as does Team Jami Zoic, who brings new talent to the valley. And for the first time, one individual will be allowed to ride solo. Legendary John Stamstead, the winner of 5 Idita-bikes, is going 24 hours straight. The women's race featured serious competitors with not-so-serious names. Team Alloy Nipples will compete against black and white women and dirt bitches again. A sense of humor is necessary to survive this 24-hour mission. Many competitors camp out half a mile from the Timberline Four-Season Resort where the race action takes place. You give up more than chocolate mints on your pillow. You also give up running water. The meals consumed by the riders were as varied as their bike frames and just as well researched.
Goo, power bars, chicken,
spaghetti, Pop-Tarts, Chex Mix, stuff like that. High carbohydrates, man, some tuna. Make sure you eat a lot of protein.
Carbo loading, yeah, oatmeal stout for breakfast and probably lunch and dinner.
We just have tons of food, tons of fruit, tons of pasta.
We've got bacon and eggs this morning. We're going to be having burgers, of course, and Frank's for lunch. We're going to have chicken cacciatore later on for dinner and steak. We had Philly cheesesteaks last night, and we had Cajun smoked ham. We've got a good menu set up. We're walking away here happy and full, I promise you that, no matter what the race turns out to be.
Must be the cook for Team Julia Childs. One thing the race has become is very popular, both with riders and spectators, but also with sponsors who appreciate what this event represents.
The thing that attracted us most to sponsor the Newsweek 24 Hours of Canaan, I think, is the unique format of this event. With the growth of mountain biking and its presence in the Olympics, we felt a real need to get our foot in the door with the sport, and this event that Granny Gear Productions puts on beats them all, so we're thrilled to be here.
Survival without any broken limbs, definitely.
The Newsweek 24 Hours of Canaan is brought to you by Newsweek, title sponsor of the 24 Hours of Canaan. By Bike Magazine, it will make you want to ride. And by Night Rider, microprocessor-controlled high-performance halogen lighting systems.
Well, my goal is always to do the absolute best that I can. Of course, I'd like to beat as many teams as I possibly can, but 4 against 1 is pretty tough to do, and there's a lot of quality teams here. So if I do my best, I'll end up wherever I end up.
There's no telling where anyone will end up one day from now, but Team Jamizoic with Brad Erickson has the lead as the first lap closes in on just over 1 hour. Fat Chance with John Funk is less than 3 minutes behind. This is the first of what will be thousands of relay exchanges. The baton is handed to the timekeeper, who then gives it to the next rider and records the lap time. The receiving rider runs to his bike and then starts a tough half-mile climb. Everyone realizes that this is a long race.
It's kind of scary being out in front early because there's so much time left to go, you know. But all you can do is concentrate on your own lap and go as fast as you can.
Therein lies the problem. Pace yourself, but go as fast as you can. With 23 hours left to go, not everyone is letting the excitement of the moment dictate the pace. Second is not a bad place to be.
It's just the beginning. I know it's second now, but we'll be happy to hang on and maybe, get up to number 1. We'll see.
Behind Funk, team defenders Michael Yozel is having fun and is only 38 seconds behind Funk and his team Fat Chance. Team Black and White Women is out front thanks to Susan Haywood's opening leg. Team Alloy Nipples, Catherine Oakes, is 5 minutes back. After last year's rain-soaked mud bath, everyone is relieved about the conditions of the course.
The course is excellent. We've gotten rave reviews from all the riders. It is. We were in the same conditions. We would have had the same conditions as last year up to 3 days ago, but we've had a high-pressure system come in. The ground has dried out rapidly. I have real dry Canadian air that's come down here, and it's just made for ideal conditions. It's awesome.
Sure, Mr. Course Designer, the course is dry, but it's no bunny slope. There's still a million obstacles that can get you sideways real fast. One reason, everyone searches for an explanation why they love to hate this course so much.
Pain. We just love punishment, that's all. We love the sport. This is what it's all about right here. I mean, you got 1,600 yahoos just having a good time.
It's a great event. It's just a super idea. I love it. I do road racing and stuff, but I just think that this stuff pulls people together. I love it.
Actually, I think my friends talked me into it one night when I was a little bit under the weather.
It's just it's a crazy race. It's insane, and we like to be a part of it. And it's, especially as being a women's team, it's pretty rare for women to get together the way we're getting together, and it's pretty exciting.
This is my second time through it. It's not very fun when you're doing it, but there's a lot of satisfaction after it's all said and done. It's over.
I'm riding with two psychiatrists. I work on the psychiatric unit, and we have to be a little bit off to do this.
The guy on the left is riding down this rock slide with no front tire. Analyze that nightmare. Well, grown-ups aren't the only ones allowed to play in the dirt. And that's why there's also a 24 minutes of Canaan for kids. It has the same Le Mans start. And the kids are just as quick getting on their bikes. They haven't learned the rules of the road as well as their parents have. But with practice, they'll learn to go around and not over. But they're first run to your bike, take out the front tube, run back to the start and pick up a tube with one or more holes in it, patch it, mount it, and then ride the first mile of the course. Because fast mechanics get the big bucks from the pro teams. These riders all value a pro mechanic that can help them go farther and faster. And with 400 teams in the Newsweek 24 Hours of Canaan, there were plenty of good mechanics on the mountain. And some of them even showed why they wrench and don't ride.
Here's Here's number 2.
As the day wears on, the men's race stays close. 5 teams, all within a flat or a broken chain or a fall from the lead, now held by Fat Chance. At the third exchange, it's almost a tie as Matt Estes of Jammy and Earth Gullickson of Fat Chance ride in together. At this point, everyone has had one ride. On their next lap, mistakes will be more plentiful as the fatigue begins to take hold. As dinner time approached, the women's race was just as close, and that kept everyone moving as quickly as possible. There's much more racing to come at the Newsweek 24 Hours of Canaan. Stay with us.
And pedal harder.
Woof.
My mom had one smart kid, and then she had me.
It's tough, especially during the day. At night, I don't know. I haven't done it yet. It'd be interesting.
By the time the sun drops behind the Allegheny Highlands, the adrenaline rush of the day's first lap is just a memory. The hills seem steeper, the rocks have lost their hard edge, and the mind races, sensing danger.
As the sun goes down, things definitely change. The mood changes. There's a new excitement. The night laps are kind of eerie to a certain extent, especially for the new racers that have never done this before. It's an unknown for them. If they have a good lap at night, it really means a lot to them. They can make a lot of places at night. Strategically, it can be a very important lap.
The pros put on some pretty fancy night moves, slowing less than 10% from their daytime laps. We asked the secret.
Just keeping your head in it, staying focused, and not trying to think about too much else, because obviously things happen faster at night going downhill. But I think we have some really good lighting systems. Vista Light is backing us up, and we're really excited to get out and do some night laps. It's going to be fun.
It's such a personal challenge. It really is. In the middle of the night, getting up and just pulling yourself together, and it's so nice to be able to ride with a team, you know, because all the other races you're on your own, and this one is the real team effort.
That 3 a.m. ride when I put my wet shorts back on and they have to go out and do another lap, and just like, man, why am I here? That's what I'm looking forward to, that misery, definitely.
You can talk the talk, but when the lights go out, you better know how to walk the walk. Ouch. The riders have a lot of help from light manufacturers Knight Rider and Vista Light, whose advanced technology has been applied to off-road cycling. But it still gets a little dreamlike just before sunrise. For the top pros, the night is fraught with opportunity, rewards for those willing to pay the high price for success. Disaster to those whose attention wavers, never more than an eye blink away from a rock, a stump, or a hole that can make the earth rise to meet you. In the men's race, Team Fat Chance added 18 minutes to their lead from midnight to 6 a.m.
We're in the lead. We're Team Black and White, and we're hoping to stay in the lead, but it's been a really tight race. We've been first or second every lap all the way through. It just keeps alternating.
The closeness of the competition and the escalating fatigue made even the simple parts of the race difficult. And now you have to do it in the dark. Fortunately, those who had finished a lap were willing to share scouting reports, even with the competition.
It's dark out there, and you feel like you're all by yourself. You've got this little light, which is like your little island in the middle of this darkness, and you just keep going. That's the only key. Just keep going, and eventually you get there. Don't worry about the other racers. Just concentrate on the trail.
It wasn't lonely at the lodge, as thousands gathered to watch World Trials champion Libor Karas work the crowd with his incredible bike handling skills. be back to the Newsweek 24 Hours of Canaan in a moment.
This is great. Sun's light coming up.
Moon in the background. Look at the moon the other way.
Turning daylight right in front of our eyes, man.
The sun rises over the Newsweek 24 Hours of Canaan, and the riders ride on. Team Fat Chance's lead took a bit of a hit as Dave Lamb had a mechanical problem which limited his effectiveness.
I had one gear to ride most of the hills with, which required me to stand up and not be able to sit down on the bike a lot. So I lost a little time with it, but hopefully we have enough of a margin where we can hold on until the end.
Team Jamizoic managed to gain 90 seconds, but they needed much more from each rider or a mechanical failure from Fat Chance.
I got this one, and then I have a feeling with the 4 guys that we have, I might end up going out again, just because we're so way ahead on the schedule. So I'm hoping to have energy for the last lap. So I just need to put some toothpicks in my eyes to keep my eyes open. It's been a long day.
The women's race raged through the night. Around midnight, Team Black and White was passed by Team Dirt Bitches. At 5 a.m., Team Alloy went from third to within a minute 40 of the leaders. But since the sun has risen, Team DB has opened ground.
That's as scary as it is. It's like, oh, gotta go, and you can't really ride as well as you know you can because you can't see, and the road is like slipperier, so you're like, oh my God. I mean, if you're better, you don't do that as much, but.
Pain. That's about it. Lack of sleep. I'm tired.
I thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was. It was pretty tough. It was really slick on my night lap, and I had a hard time on the test. That's probably the most difficult.
You know, this race is going to be won on keeping the bikes going, and that's what we did throughout the night. We had great support.
The bike gets heavy, mud sticks to it, and it's like an extra 5 pounds on your bike. Didn't ride as much of the technical part at night than I did during the day. Ran a lot.
At night it's dark, but during the day you deal with mud. And mud on the ground and on the bike is a major concern. It makes you do foolish things. The challenge of keeping the bikes clean has been solved to everyone's satisfaction here at the Newsweek 24 Hours.
We provide a bike wash station. When the bikers come off, they need to have a place they pay us a $10 donation for the fire department, and it's unlimited use for the team for the full 24 hours of the race. That's just run off from the mountain into a snowmaking pond. We charge this apparatus behind us with a portable pump, and then the bikers use that to hose off their bikes. And it seems to work real well this year. They're really enjoying it.
Success and failure are measured about every 10 yards at Canaan. And though the successes outnumber the failures 1,000 to 1, it's nice to know there's a safety net if you really mess up.
Well, our volunteer service here, we've provided a rescue team. We'll go up, get them on the mountain, and we use four-wheelers like you see here, this all-terrain vehicle. We can bring them down off the mountain, and they're screened here in the first aid room that's used for skiing. These riders out here have been in incredible physical shape. It's hard to get them off the bikes. Mostly what we've seen is lacerations, minor lacerations, a couple of dislocated knees, dislocated shoulder, and it's been pretty minor.
I can sure go for disability insurance salesman about right now. Hi, Mom.
Good morning.
Sorry I'm pushing.
While Team Fat Chance awaits their expected victory, Alloy is hoping to beat the clock for a final lap.
We're having fun now. They told me it would be fun. It's for the team spirit, yes.
This is so intense. Beyond any intensity I can imagine.
My problem is that my rider that's on deck is not as fast as the one I have out in the field at the moment. I want to try when she comes in, if I can bring her in the next 6 minutes, convince her somehow to go out for another lap because she's faster than the lady on deck.
If Team Alloy can get a rider out by 12, they could win if DB breaks down, but time runs out. An outcome that's not a disappointment, but a relief. After 24 hours, getting second is preferable to riding another lap, probably for naught. The men's race was less intense in the final moments as Team Fat Chance had a comfortable margin at the finish. Team time doesn't matter much now for Team Jami Zoic, but just as important to anchor Brad Erickson is the personal satisfaction of riding his 6th lap only 4 minutes slower than his first 24 hours earlier. The women's race ends with the come-from-behind victory of Team Dirt Bitches, who started slowly but used the wee hours of the morning to take the lead, which they then maintained through the early morning hours. Only 4 people ride, but a team really counts on many more, and the riders know they can't do this race alone.
It was a joy. Everything came together. Our team was really strong. We had 4 strong riders. We had an amazing support crew. I want to extra thanks to Dave, who did an amazing job cleaning our bike through the night. I can't tell you what kind of food that we've been eating. I mean, it's been crazy. So what a time. It's been great.
We were discussing this on the way down. We decided it's like having a baby. You forget it after you leave.
I was prepared. I was going to say, let's settle for second, man. That's great.
The entire 24 hours was spent on the bike by John Stamstead, who completed 156 miles.
The way this course is laid out, you really don't think about anything except riding your bike.
Some people think about riding their bike too much. And some riders were overcome by the rigors of the race. But most were exuberant over their conquering of the course.
Good race, you guys.
Well, the most memorable thing this year that we finished.
It was a hell of a good time. It was a blast, absolutely. Of course, I'm done, so I can say that.
Wore out, like a sleep, blew up, and hit a flat. So, but I had fun doing it.
Oh, yeah, we'll come back, definitely. Great race, lots of mud. Technical, really good race.
Our congratulations to Team Fat Chance for their victory on the men's side and to Team Dirt Bitches for their win on the women's race. Well, I'm with Laird Knight, the race director, and Laird, you got to be relieved. Great weather, great racing, and not too many injuries.
The race has come off perfectly. We had a weather window. It was bad weather initially, but it cleared up perfectly. The race course was tip-top. We had an excellent turnout. Awesome spectatorship. 7,000 spectators easily. It's been a dream come true.
All right, well, congratulations on another great year, and thank you for joining us at the Newsweek 24 Hours of Canaan. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again.